Hello YouTube, this is Haunting Studios, and in today's video, I wanted to first start off by thanking you guys for 4,000 subscribers. This is such a huge milestone. I seriously cannot thank you guys enough for the growth of the channel. I appreciate the love, and I assure you guys I have huge plans for the channel in the future, so make sure to stay tuned. Without further ado, I am aware I am a bit late to the party on this topic, considering the demos came out a good 5 days ago, but we're going to be discussing the new 2024 Lowe's Animatronics demos and my opinions on each animatronic now that we have their demos. And as we go along, I will be using this new tier list to represent the lineup. S is going to be representing some of my favorite props, and D is going to be representing some of my most disliked props of the year. I also want to start off by saying these are only my personal opinions, and if you disagree with this list, this is totally cool. We all have our own opinions, and I actually will have a link to make your own tier list just like I did in this video in the description. Anyways, without further ado, let's get right into the Lowe's 2024 animatronic tier list. The first prop we have on the tier list is Deep Sea Diver. Now this is an animatronic that many people really like, and I was one of those people for a while. But after seeing the demo video for this guy, I did find him to be a little lacking. I know, I'm horrible. Especially for the price point that they were trying to sell him at, which is $350, which, yeah. He has similar movement to Exterminator, which is what I theorized, but his audio is really strange. It has a random jump scare sound in it. It's like as if they were playing to have some other movement in them, like a jump scare movement, but it got scrapped last minute. But because of this, its prop just doesn't really, its audio just really doesn't make sense to me, which hurts him a lot in my books. Overall, I'll have to put this guy down to an A tier because he's still really cool, but his audio and price leaves me scratching my head. I will say though that Techie did a phenomenal job at detailing the prop's outfit, so shout out Techie for doing a great job on that. The next prop we have on the Lowe's 2024 tier list is the Handstand Clown. This is an animatronic that's a fan favorite among many, and I'm also a huge fan of this guy. This guy also features leg kicking and a head that spins 360, which I think that's a great addition with the leg kicking. He'll be retailing for $300, which is a great price compared to some of the other stuff we'll see released from Lowe's this year, if I'm being honest with you. I love this guy's colors, really. I love the combination of green and purple. I think it looks really good on him, especially on those bowling pins. Without further ado, this guy is really going to be going straight up to S tier. I really love this guy. The next prop we have on the Lowe's 2024 tier list is the Grave Zombie. I love this animatronic due to its use of a tombstone to hide the skull. I think that's something really cool we haven't really seen since 2014 with the pop-up Grave Zombie from Spirit. Really nostalgic prop, by the way. Anyways, this prop reminds me a lot of classic Techie jump scares, and particularly the jumping skull. This guy is priced at about $150, which is a great price considering you get the tombstone and everything. Overall, this guy's going straight up to S tier. The next prop we have on the Lowe's 2024 tier list is the Kraken. I love this guy. I think he could be used in a variety of different ways, especially if you have some type of pond or body of water. If you could find a way to get this guy be sticking out of your pond or body of water, that would look really awesome, I think, especially if you had some green or blue lights. But yeah, I think he's a great set piece prop, and I believe he will be retailing for about $250, so that's pretty good. Yeah, overall, very unique set piece prop, and he's fully plastic molded, so I believe he's going to be pretty good quality. He's pretty solid, so I believe he's pretty A tier worthy. The next prop we have on the Lowe's 2024 tier list is the Headless Woman. I'm not a fan of this prop whatsoever. Why does Jemmy even really try with making animatronics at this point if they're just going to be releasing lazy stuff like this? I really don't get it. She only moves side to side too, which is just extremely lazy in my opinion. Her outfit looks to be made of extremely low quality fabric. I bet that fabric is made of super thin thread. Overall, this animatronic is going directly to D tier. Honestly, there's no real hope for this one. I don't really know what will save it. The next prop we have on the Lowe's 2024 tier list is the Gemmy Gargoyle. Now this at least looks a little bit better than the Headless Woman, however, it still doesn't look great. Its face sculpt looks horrible in my opinion, and overall it doesn't look to be good quality build wise. Again, no clue why Gemmy's even trying with these life sizes when they really look super lazy. This animatronic's going to C tier because I don't really hate this one as much as I hate the woman, but I still don't really like it. The next prop we have on the Lowe's 2024 tier list is this Seaweed Witch lady. I'm not really a huge fan when it comes to witches, so she's not one I've really been paying attention to. However, I will give her credit for being a unique take on a witch. I believe she does also have a fair amount of movement as well. However, personally, I really just don't have a place for her. I'm not really a fan of witches, so I overall just kind of dislike her. Unfortunately, meaning she's going to be in D tier. The next prop, or props, I will have on the Lowe's 2024 tier list is the Reaper Band. I'm super glad that Lowe's and Techie decided to expand on this line of animatronics, as I believe the original duo were great sellers last year, especially since they put them into the stores early on in the season. I personally love the fact that they have Bluetooth technology, meaning that they can literally play any song you can play on your devices. We now have a singer, a new revamped guitarist, and they're bringing back the drummer, and we're also going to be getting a keyboardist. I love these guys a lot, and I believe they'll have plenty of versatile uses you can use outside of Halloween as well. Therefore, I'll be putting these guys in A tier. The next prop we have on the Lowe's 2024 tier list is the Haunted Mansion Night. I honestly think that Gemmy did a half decent job on the animatronic cosmetic wise. I do notice some faults, but overall it does look good. It does look like the night from the Haunted Mansion ride. Gemmy actually did a good job for once. I shouldn't get my hopes too terribly high though, as I'd like to see him in action first before I do get too excited. But for now though, I'll give him a decent B tier spot. The next prop we have on the Lowe's 2024 tier list is the Zombie Fisherman animatronic. And man oh man is this guy awesome. First off, look at this guy's design. I love the barnacles he has growing on the side of his head and his hook. And the tentacles sticking out of his mouth that really makes him look so awesome. He also has a fair amount of movement as well. Moving his hook arm, tilting his head, and moving his mouth. My one con with him is that he is priced about $350, but his voice is also extremely fitting as well. So it's like the diver, you're paying for this really unique concept, but it also doesn't have the problems that the diver had, where the voice doesn't really... He has that weird jump scare in the middle of his phrase. I really don't know what's up with that, but but the Zombie Fisherman's voice is really good. I really love his voice. Overall, this animatronic is going straight up to S tier. I love this animatronic a lot. The next prop we have on the Lowe's 2024 tier list is the Sea Captain animatronic. I love this animatronic's inclusion of a steering wheel. I think that's super unique and definitely is going to make him stand out as opposed to other animatronics. His face is also sculpted incredibly well, so super shout out to Techie on that face sculpt. It really does look incredible. This prop also features great voice acting, which I'm also really thrilled by. Overall, for my usage, he doesn't really match any of my themes, nor does he really jump out to me in any real way per se outside the steering wheel. So unfortunately, he is going to have to go in B tier. The next prop we have on the Lowe's 2024 tier list is the Wednesday animatronic. I can't believe we're actually getting one of these. I'm sorry. However, will say they did do a great job on making her true to the character. It really does look like Jenna Ortega. I do love her animation. I believe this mechanism was actually specifically engineered for her, it looks like, but correct me if I'm wrong. I really haven't seen this type of arm animation on any other animatronic before. Overall, she is pretty decent. I'm just gonna put her in C tier though, because I'm really just not really a fan of the Wednesday franchise at all. This next prop we have on the Lowe's 2024 tier list is the 12-foot caretaker animatronic. This animatronic may be one of my new favorite 12-footers of all time. He not only has mouth movement like the 12-foot scarecrow, he also has a head turn and eye movement. Like eye movement, not like digit eye movement, like actual eye movement. This guy's audio also blew me away as well. Shout out to Techie Sound Design Department or whatever. They do a great job. Techie does a great job on their sound, on their animatronics. I love the audio on their animatronics. I will have to figure out some way to get my hands on this guy. I don't really know where I'd even put him, but I'll have to figure out a way somehow. Overall, this guy's going to S tier. He really is awesome. The next prop we have on the Lowe's 2024 tier list is the Servo C Siren Witch animatronic. I have to give another huge shout out to Techie Toys for doing their first Servo animatronic, and they did a great job. I love the amount of movement this animatronic has. Not only does she have similar movement to what Lethal Lily had, she also has a light up hand that's animated, and she also looks scarier than Lethal Lily. I really like her a lot, and she's a great example of how advanced this animatronic industry really is becoming. I'm excited to see where this industry is going to be in the future. Overall, she's going to get a sweet spot in S tier. The next prop we have on the Lowe's 2024 tier list is Joseph Crackstone. This animatronic is a villain from the Wednesday Netflix series, which I've never watched, so I don't really know who this guy is. I also can't really defend what they're pricing this guy at, which if I'm correct is some price a little over $400, which is unbelievable for the movement he has, which is exterminator movement. He does have a fog compatibility, which is cool, but this price is just extremely ridiculous. Overall, I'm just gonna put this guy in C tier. The next prop we have on the Lowe's 2024 tier list is the Pumpkin Jump Scare animatronic. I believe this guy is a pretty good jump scare, just not really that special because he's very similar to Lil Jack Carver, who we saw from Spirit last year. I do think he is a cool jump scare that will scare people, so I can see him being popular among the general public. Overall, this animatronic is just going in B tier. He's really not that special. The final prop on the Lowe's 2024 tier list is Cousin It. This animatronic is probably one of the best out of the Wednesday animatronics that we've gotten, in my opinion. He bobs up and down to the Addams Family theme, which is all he really needs to do. That's all I really want him to do. He is a tad expensive at $200, but he's licensed, so I do understand why he's priced that way. Overall, he will be getting a spot in B tier. Well, here it is, the finished tier list. Let me know if you agree or disagree with my opinions in the comments, and just remember to be respectful about everyone's opinions. Remember, each person has their own opinions. But I just decided to try a new type of video in celebration of 4,000 subscribers. So let me know if you would like to see more of these tier list type videos in the comments as well. Make sure to like and subscribe if you haven't already. Every subscription always helps out a ton. And make sure to ring that bell so you never miss an upload. Alright, that's going to do it for this video. Happy haunting.